Welcome to the stream, everybody. I'm just going to get some settings here correct, and we should begin any moment. So, if you're tuning in right now to the stream, or it's going to take you a few minutes to get settled in, now's the time. We're about to begin in just a moment. I appreciate everyone tuning in today. We have a variety of games that I've collected over the years. As of recently, there are some new games I've yet to have a complete playthrough of. So we're going to take a look here at some of our virtual game cards, and we're going to determine what games are worth playing today and we might take a look at. Sea of Stars is definitely a game I'd like to progress. We have Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green and ZA. We also have Pokemon Champions that we might visit later on and do a couple of quick battles. I'm thinking we might play some Hot Wheels Unleashed. We have Darkest Dungeon 2, which I've enjoyed lately, and there's Darkest Dungeon Part 1, the original, and there are good things about both games, and I decided to buy both games before I had a playthrough of either of them, and I'm glad I did because I wanted to get the experience of what Darkest Dungeon was about, regardless of how good Part 2 might have been. And I see that there are things I like about both games, so we might visit those games to demonstrate what's different. And I also have a ball pit game here, which isn't that old of a game, and it just came out this year, a few months ago, and I'm enjoying this game. I think it's a lot of fun, and it has a lot to offer. There's a lot of variety what you could do for the game. I mean, it's not just about going in a level and blasting things to oblivion in the ball pit, but there's actually some building and some resource and tactics that you need to manage and discover in the game, and it makes it different. Lost Castle is funny because I had a different impression of Lost Castle until I got the hang of what the mechanics were sort of about in Lost Castle. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. I won't look at it as a negative. It's just that if for more advanced players, this is a little easier to play. For some of you out there who like more difficult games, this is somewhere in the middle. And so this is for, a younger generation or of players too. This isn't that old of a game. And Lost Castle is a lot of fun. It's an RPG, and you go through this game with these unique characters and these runs that start off kind of as a surprise, and it's always in an unexpected detail how you're going to start your game. So I think it's fun, and I really like the artwork in the game, and I think it's worth visiting maybe. Fuga 2 is not that old of a game, but then again, there is Part 3 that's out. And I do, appreciate Fuga Part 2, but it's not going to be a game I think we're going to play today. We could have a Legends Bowl that's going to go in the future. I'm thinking about a Legends Bowl where we have like a Super Bowl and we play off with no resets and we see how far we can get. Tales of Symphonia Remastered is really a really great game. I really appreciated RPGs back when I first played this. This is one of the more advanced RPGs that I played at my age, and I was happy to get my hands on a copy, and I beat the entire game. And I decided later on, when I got older, I was going to get another copy of it, and I have the remastered version. So we have a few games we could take a look at. Dodgeball Academy is a fun one. Curse to Golf is a unique twist on golfing. And I really want to start a Zombies Ate My Neighbors series. So if you ever played Nintendo back in the day, back on original NES and stuff, when we had cartridges, Zombies Ate My Neighbors was a game that just came out right after Atari released games like Pitfall. And it was a lot of fun. I remember playing that with my brother back in the day. There's God Eater 3, which I like to get back into. Rune King is an awesome game. I really like this game. I can't say enough about Rune King. Art style, just the game being made the way it is. They really did a great job with how they constructed this game. It's beautiful to look at and watch the cutscenes and It's masterfully built, so that's what I really like about Rune King. We have some fun games to look at. Sheeran's a little bit complicated. I'm going to get into that game at a later date. It's a shame that Pokemon Shield doesn't have as many online games as it used to, because I really like that we could have some legendary Pokemon, and most legendary Pokemon are actually admittable in Pokemon Shield. And if it wasn't for players not playing it as much and playing the latest versions of Pokemon, we might be able to still have battles with certain players at times online for Pokemon Shield, and have Pokemon like Hoopa or legendary like Lugia that you can battle with. That's the difference between Pokemon Shield online battles and PvP versus games like Pokemon Champions that they currently have. Dragon Ball Fighters is another fun game. We might visit that, but I think we're gonna start with a Darkest Dungeon run, and I kind of want to show you these games because I know players, for certain reasons, they don't want to, play one game or the other before, they know what they're getting into. So I'm going to give you kind of an overview of the game so you can kind of see what part 1 and part 2 is a bit about. And we'll talk about some of the pros and cons of the game, how you should look at it opposed to how others might review their games. I have a different metaphor for my experience in the game I'd like to show you. So I think it's chronologically correct to start with Darkest Dungeon 1, and we'll go through Darkest Dungeon 1 before part 2 so we can kind of get an understanding of the game, and I'll point out what differences to expect. So we already have this game loaded. We're going to back out of our window, and we're going to go to a Darkest Dungeons 1 run playthrough. Enjoy the first intro cinematic. I'm going to let it play out. So for some of us who have not seen the game or known much about it, Red Hook has their introduction, who had their part in creating the game, and we have some special thanks here on the screen.
Ruin has come to our family. You remember our venerable house? Opulent and imperial, gazing proudly from its stoic perch above the moor. I lived all my years in that ancient, rumor-shadowed manor, fattened by decadence and luxury. And yet I began to tire of conventional extravagance. Singular, unsettling tales suggested the mansion itself was a gateway to some fabulous and unnameable power. With relic and ritual, I bent every effort towards the excavation and recovery of those long-buried secrets, exhausting what remained of our family fortune on swarthy workmen and sturdy shovels. At last, in the salt-soaked crags beneath the lowest foundations, we unearthed that damnable portal of antediluvian evil. Our every step unsettled the ancient earth. But we were in a realm of death and madness. In the end, I alone fled laughing and wailing through those blackened arcades of antiquity, until consciousness failed me. You remember our venerable house, opulent and imperial. It is a festering abomination. I beg you, return home, claim your birthright, and deliver our family from the ravenous, clutching shadows of the Darkest Dungeon.
I wanted to give everybody a brief moment to read the screen uninterrupted, and we're about to begin our Darkest Dungeon campaign. This game's pretty awesome. I love that intro for the game, and the overall aesthetic, what we're going through for the theme seems so dark and eerie, and It's just got this feel. I don't know if some of you are into horror movies for Halloween and No Other Day. I'm with you on that one. I can enjoy occasional scary video game or movie now and then. So I have a campaign here. I'm actually located in the hamlet. It's week 23 of my campaign. I have a couple of DLCs added. We have the Crimson Court, Districts, and the Flagellant. And here we have, a certain hero class, which I have accessible. So hopefully we can check him out on a run if he becomes available. But the Crimson Court's a little bit difficult, and I'm not quite ready to run a full level yet. I've tried before, but it just seems like I might have to back off for now until my team gets a little stronger. And I've had some upgrades recently, so I'm not too far along from being able to...
Let me share with you the terrible wonders I have come to know.
So here is a little bit of a menu we get once we first come to town that tells you kind of what's happening in the game. We have a crumbling stone entry to be a forgotten labyrinthian garden that's been uncovered, and the discoverer sadly has perished from innumerable insect stings. Concern rises. So stress reduction activities in town are slightly less effective, and that means we have this certain attribute in the game called stress. And once you're in levels, you accumulate this stress, and we have these bars that are underneath each of our characters. We'll look at Glanville, for example. Just underneath his name, he doesn't have any of these stress bars. So this is one of our new characters from the DLC. And we see underneath him Dudley. His stress level is so high that he's 1 away from having what they call a heart attack in the game. And when this happens, not only are they potentially susceptible to having a heart attack in the game and getting knocked out, but they could also at times take on certain positive or negative quirks in the game, which give them certain outcomes in battle that are either unpredictable and detrimental or beneficial to you in some way. Here's what the town looks like, and we have kind of like an estate. This is the stress relief center, and we could put somebody there for stress relief. So here, we might actually want to help him out, and we can give him a better stress relief. Now, he's in my team, currently my roster of 10 out of 16 characters that I could have on a roster at a time, but I don't have the funds right now to really mess around. I need runs, and each thing that we do in the game is going to make a difference if we're successful in doing so or not. So we have some characters that I do plan on taking on a run with me, and we are kind of in need of building a good team. But we could use the coins right now to make some decisions. There are certain quirks in the game, which I explained before, which either have negative problematic behaviors, or you can treat diseases such as humors and other physical maladies in a medical ward. It's sort of our sanitarium, if you will. There's certain other means of stress relief. You can send them on little escapades to a bar, gambling hall, or even to a brothel. So depending on where we take them and how we go about this, there's a certain thing that you could do. But we have a Kirk with Dudley, and he doesn't really find any solace in these activities. Until later on we could access these with certain characters. We have guild combat skills, and we can upgrade our weapons and some of our armor with the blacksmith, and we could shop for certain rarities. So we have this rarity here of Nomad Wagon, which is the rot gut sensor. Adds 8 accuracy, and it has a detriment of -5 for our maximum health points. This debuff charm will give us 20 debuff resistance and -2 of the ability to dodge. We have an option to upgrade if we chose to, so that you could offer a different number of trinkets, for example. I think we're going to
Idol, amulet, or lucky charm. The simplest object can be a talisman against evil.
Yes, it can. So we're gonna begin a run here, and I really want to heal up my team. So let's hope we get some coins. We have some progress on some levels been made here, and I've unlocked some characters, and I'd like to play more often. So that's what we're doing today. We're gonna progress the main story, and we're gonna choose a campaign here. But before we do that, we kind of want to pick a team, and we want to get a good team going. So let's see if we can get a team here that we can trust on this run. We feel confident with. And I'm thinking I need somebody else from my roster. But like I said before, we are kind of in a situation where everybody's got a little bit of stress from the runs they've been on. So I could pick up Picard. Her abilities are great. She just doesn't have the level yet that I want her to have because of Picard being a bit higher level. And Runeville, I'd like to use her on this run, but we can't utilize her just yet. She's too stressed out, and I don't have any means to recover that just yet. We're gonna pick up Picard. I think, yeah, we're gonna stay with Picard. Oh, we can't have two of the same characters, so we're gonna have to make a change here. Maybe we will pick her up. Let's hope she's gonna be a good choice for us, and we don't let her down, and we can hold our own too going forward. We don't want to depend on any one character, but we're gonna choose something here on the estate map, and I think, you know, I gotta be a little confident too what we're gonna try to run here. They give you an option in this game where you can take on a bigger challenge if you want to. We can go right to We Are the Flame, the creator's power waxes terrible. Recover the protective relics from the long abandoned base camp, but beware the shuffling horror. This is a darkest level 6 dungeon, and I'm surely not going to make it out of there alive. I'm level 1s on most of my characters, or level 2 so far. And so I think we should choose something capable of. We're still in apprentice difficulty, but we are able to use some of the rewards. And we want to maybe get the light resistance. It's really good, or light chance to inflict light on our skill. Great cups are pressed that we need for upgrading things on our estate. We can increase damage here if health is below a certain threshold, and increase our critical rate strike chance. So not too bad. Those are some options. We need to complete 100% of the rooms in the code. This is apprentice level 1, but what would we gain? Blight resistance plus bleed resistance, but minus disease. So far in our runs, that would be useful to us, and disease resistance hasn't came up too much, or it hasn't been frequent too often. Maybe we should try the code, but it does require us to complete 100% of room battles. This is where the coins will come in handy, so I'm hoping that we're going to be able to provision here. So we have a phase where we provision, and we can buy supplies. So we bought some good supplies. We're going to need to move around a little bit. We're going to buy some extra torches so we can potentially do so. There are some things like holy water we might want to pick up. We can increase our resistances for so in time. This is to unlock strong boxes in ores if we come across any. And usually one key is a good idea, at least. And the medicinal herbs to cleanse certain maladies, to eliminate combat cost is a bit expensive. We could use it. This is to stop the flow of bleeding, and we could pick up extra rounds. Blights and poison toxins. This does arise often enough in the game. We could utilize it. And I think for rations, we're okay on rations. And never really sure. and we're gonna pick up an extra shovel. We might want to pick up more of these, and we're good to go. We got a load out here. We got a little bit of everything, medicinal herbs, bandages, venom. We're pretty good to go. Torches, and we'll show you what all that's about. We're gonna. So this is the cove, and it says tactical lurkers lie in wait just before the water's surface. Tread carefully. I would, yes. I wouldn't go in this cove in real life without being equipped for it, let alone...
These salt-soaked caverns are teeming with pelagic nightmares. They must be flushed out.
Oh wow, yeah. We must do something about that. But this doesn't sound like it's safe. It comes with a risk. So we're gonna check out our map here and see what direction we should go in. Since we gotta complete 100% of the battles, I have no idea because we haven't discovered the rooms yet. We have a character who can tell us what's in the rooms before we get there sometimes, but they need to go to the ward and get some stress relief or some downtime. So I'm checking these rooms out one by one here. We're kind of going into the line. There are more rooms in front of us than there are going backwards, so doubling back may not be a good idea. We're going to go in the direction that we're heading. It could have been worse. Sometimes it's not good to search things. And I'm going to move a little slow here. See? Oh, we surprised them. Okay. We got an initiative. Oh, not good. We attacked our own teammate. This is what happens when there's a lot of stress on our character. We're gonna need to use this ability to get rid of some stress. We have some abilities here. We can proc, we can heal ourselves. This is kind of our healer. On offend, and we can hit somebody with something here, hopefully stun them.
Soothed. Sedated.
Lovette has some melee skills, and they're kind of our melee close quarters combat. We have a potential to stun, but we could do a little bit more melee damage potentially with our strike. So, thinking we could potentially hit a well, we didn't get a good critical hit or anything. We hit the minimal damage. We can shoot our barrel. Fired this, we got a little bit of damage. Got hit by this jellyfish. Oh, we got stunned. Oh, then another stun. Oh, we resisted it this time. Got another debuff. I ain't got the range for this attack. We're gonna go for our target once more in front of us. They counter. So here, you know, we could help heal a target with some restoration. We'll sort of our priestess. She's got some melee capability, but being stunned, we're gonna lose a turn.
The will to fight falters.
Yeah, this is rough. stress levels are just too much. Her stress level is really bad. It's like something bad's gonna happen. We're restored too long. Resistant bleed damage. Now this is some of the RNG. This is the random generated situation of the NPC, how they act. Hopefully we can respond in a way. There's more than one damage per strike. Dazzling light was the ability that I intended to use. We got the stun off this time. You want to eliminate a target on the back range of it. These jellies are stress levels.
Those who covet injury find it in no short supply.
So as you see, this is one of the situations of having a high stress level in the game. Really being targeted on our team as well. Focused. Hear me, Flame. This blood is yours. Now cracking power, she said. We have an opportunity to... Well, we could go for a heal here, and I think it could be wise if they keep focusing her. She's gonna last another turn. If we can eliminate two of them, chances are there's four of us when we play the odds.
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
I'm gonna go for a KO on the J.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
I can't necessarily reach them from here without... I mean, this is ranged and it marks the target, but it may not be enough to KO.
As the fiend falls,
Uppercut,
a faint hope
so
blossoms.
Fortunate that absolutely. And so the game kind of, you got like this skirmish situation in the game where each room is potentially a skirmish that you could enter, or it could be a room that's strictly for rewards and that you get to explore its benefits. But it's booby trapped usually. There's something you need to be aware of in the level, and you can't let your guard down totally. So you go through the level, and there are these boss fights in the game occasionally too, where you come across these bosses, and they're a bit more difficult, or they're a lot more difficult depending on where you're at in the game. And each of our characters here have a potentiality that they're going to survive the fight, but they may not. And if they don't, lose the benefit of whatever upgrades we would have had on them, whatever we invested time on them. So we want to keep them alive, especially our favorite characters that we intend on using for other runs. And we want to keep their stress levels low, but we don't have a way to really mitigate that too much right now. We need a successful run here, potentially. We're trying not to lose a character. They resisted, so we're gonna go for a back range shot. Oh, but the snail intercepted it. We can't reach the jelly in the back, so we're gonna get the snail in front of us. We can use another arrow. We should be good with another arrow. Oh, we missed our mark entirely. Want to get this heal off? Stun? Yeah, we got stun. Now we're relying on our back rank to do a bit of the damage. Hit them with judgment, but they dodge it. This fight's taking a lot more out of us than intended.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
She did not allow us the benefit of that ability on her, so we'll attempt to see this ability first. Attempted judgment.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
We took heavy casualty in that fight there.
Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end. Finding the stuff is only the first test.
So
Now
sometimes
it must be carried home.
your character sometimes could search something, like just out of order, just because their stress is so high. Sometimes they're desperate, or sometimes they're just curious. It depends on their stress level or the scenario in the game. They may search an item without your permission, and it could have, good or bad consequence. But we came prepared, so we're going to do a bit of healing up. Really don't want to lose this character, and he's got a debuff on him that carries on in the game. So potentially we give him another ration if we need it, but he has these fools. Got a buff on him. Potential reward for us. We're gonna hit with punish. We're gonna go for the second rank. Hit him for 7 that was. We got full effect. Just got speared here for big damage. The character we want least to be hit by anything. Throw a bolo and knock something back.
Your death by inches.
Ooh.
Teetering on the brink, facing the abyss.
Ooh, that's not good. We're marked for death. We're on the cusp of getting knocked out. I don't have a heal ready. Perhaps we can get a stun off on the first rank, so we can't reach to our back rank potentially. Maybe we can get a stun. Oh, they dodged it. We're at death's door here. can't put a heal on ourselves. However, we can't use items either is the thing. So we don't have the capability of healing ourselves. And we don't want to pass up our turn. We're going to be offensive. We're going to go for the offensive. I can try to switch position, but that will only set me back one.
Obliterated.
KO. Alright. Dudley's done his best. I'm very proud of Dudley. But we have to do some over here. We're gonna go for a sniper shot on the grouper. But we got 4 in the grouper. Not bad, not bad.
Press this advantage.
Enough.
Give them no quarter.
Just enough. We can get a stun off. That might be good. Not enough to KO. But that would depend on this shot right here. Alright.
Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
There's a reason why I need to save 4, and I'll show you why that happens to be in the future, but I really don't want him to be the one to open it, so maybe I can change his position. We gotta go back real quick. It should be okay. Let's investigate.
If only treasure could staunch the flow
Oh,
of
so we got some onyx.
otherworldly corruption.
Some crest. We're stressed out though, for sure. Our characters need some downtime. We have to push as like... I don't know if I want to search this carcass. A stuffed sea creature has washed ashore. I'm gonna ignore it. Oh boy, these jellyfishes, we gotta do something about them, right? No, we're gonna go...
Be gone, fiend!
Yeah. Be gone, fiend. Got
A
that
brilliant confluence of skill and purpose.
This looks like some kind of shaman in the background, so we're gonna... Maybe a stun, but they're resistant. They are. Okay. Fair enough. At least we resisted all of those debuffs. Ooh, got hit with a restorative. That was great. Oh my god. Does that work this time? It does.
Executed with impunity. Success so clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light?
There's something odd about this coral. Should we investigate it? Maybe just this once? Nothing there. there. See? I do want to use them, but I don't want them to be in the front line exactly to be a hit. So we've made it thus far. We need to go back.
A hand's breadth from becoming unwound.
Investigate it. Maybe we shouldn't have, but we need another healing item. We're going to starve in this dungeon. That's why we need the additional rations. Here it is, the scenario I was talking about just a moment. We're going to need to eat the remaining rations. Now we don't have long before that can happen again. Peaceful progress. I don't know if we have the potential to continue without losing anybody in our team. I mean, we have 4 other rooms to go through unless one of the other rooms doesn't have any battle or anything for us to contest. Chances are that we're probably going to lose Dudley, and I really don't want to lose Dudley. And that's the decision we can make to leave the run right now. We'll suffer some additional stress, but we won't get the full reward for the dungeon. Let's take a moment to deliberate just a second about what we should do. Should we continue or go forward? Dudley could be a good character for us, and I don't want to lose him so early. So, we could turn back, and we have some rations, but we have about 2,000 extra gold with the supplies that we have on this run. We might be able to continue. Maybe
Another
Dudley,
mariner, another misfortune.
maybe Dudley could survive if we find something good for him. Otherwise, I think we're going to lose him for this run. It's not worth it to quit. We need to make some progress in the campaign. After this, we'll move on to a new game that I have on the Nintendo Switch, and we can review it a bit in depth together. But Darkest Dungeon 1 plays like this, and it's very swift how it goes from one scene to the next. It seems pretty seamless as you play in the game how you go into battle, or how you transition out of battle back into exploration. And it's kind of like you're playing in a starry comic book, and that's the feel that they wanted to give. I think they mastered it. So we could go defensive with a here. Some control action.
And now the true test. Hold fast or expire.
Hopefully we can get a stun, but he's resistant. hit us hard, we're gonna bleed for a significant amount of damage next turn. We're debuff. Really want to get rid of that back rank because he's got a pistol, but his partner intercepts the shot. Dudley's on the ropes here. Looks like he's gonna faint on us any moment. Gonna Fent is stern here with a statement. Maybe we can get a heal on him. But he refuses to be healed because of his stress levels. He's got so many quirks on him right now that he don't make sound decisions, so we go for one more stun. Use one of our torches. She refuses. We're able to get a massive heal off. Wonderful. We're gonna aim for the back rank for their Fusilier, their Brigand. But we get a dodge. And they miss. We miss and they dodge. But we got a whole dodge, our entire team dodged that shot with their Brigand in the back rank. That was good, but got hit heavy just now. I want to move her forward, but I don't want to lose Dudley's range either. Got him with the stun.
Confusion, nerves, and panic.
We have to get a shot off here. We have to make want to pull him forward. Want to get rid of him. He aims at our entire team. Now we can put the attack on someone else while he's stunned for a turn.
Injury and despondence set the stage for heroism or cowardice.
You can KO him on next turn is what I was trying to say. You can just get rid of him now, so he's not buffed on next turn. Try a stun. And it works. We are able to dodge it. Nice.
pay.
He advances forward. That was good for us. His quirk actually helped us. Just in range for an attack. We're gonna go for the nearest target so maybe it hits him in the back. I'm hoping he's out of range to attack us, but we just now hit ourselves grievously. Heavy stress levels. We got a lot of detriment on our team. We don't want to get hit anymore. He's resisting our stuns. Guiding by the Ninetales whip. Hit him with our variant of our mace. Hopefully we can get a close shot here. 7 is a good hit. We're gonna try with a stun once more. Successful. Ooh, we miss. We gotta put him away this turn if we don't want it. Got him with a flare. We should be reactive.
Monster's size has no intrinsic merit, unless inordinate exsanguination be considered a virtue.
Got some scouting now. A strange presence is felt near this statue of worship. A fish island. Let's investigate. We could place an item there, but I don't have anything significant. Ooh, we got damned. Curse. Do we have anything to fix a curse like that? No, we really don't. We don't have anything for that malady, so we're gonna move forward here. We should go to the left first, potentially. Not be able to survive this. 2 jellies and everything going on here. Might just have to bail. There's 2 rooms to search. We got knocked back 1 room. Our character kind of went into the wrong room, so now we're faced with a decision. We can't heal from here. We'll lose potentially more than 1 character. But fortunately, they still have Dudley at this point. We thought we'd lose him much earlier in the run. We completed some of our mission to this point, but we could risk it all at this point too at the same time to continue.
Cornered, trapped, and forced to fight on.
We're gonna attempt another retreat.
A wise general cuts losses and regroups.
So we're able to retreat.
Perched at the very precipice of oblivion.
Dudley is live for this. Get a torch. We get a page. Resource. Snippet from the Journal of a Doomed Expedition. Yes, Divine Lords, I am here, he says. And he reaches for it. Okay, we got a really good buff on us. The gods were calling down to him. Alright, so, oh boy. Now we know at the last room that is also a battle. We have 2 battles ahead of us. And I'm not sure we could go through 2 battles. I was willing to risk 1 at this point, but 2? Oh, I don't know about 2 teams to battle 2 teams. We don't have the ability to continue, I don't think. We've made some good gold and some good progress, but we could risk the whole run. These are 2 battles that are coming up. Maybe we could heal ourselves off in time, potentially, if things go right. But if it doesn't, we lose Dudley any second. I want to say that I want to try to push forward and see if we can get the heal off, since we got 2 healers on our team. But we're at a low level right now with no heal on hand, so this could be bad, but we will progress the story if we can make it past these battles. I don't think we're going to be able if we lose Dudley and we lose Lovette. If we lose Lovette and Dudley, we're going to be at a disadvantage. We could go for the curios and such, but we have to double back, and there's a chance we could get into a fight. We're going to go immediately into battle like this, though, Howard. We're going to need to try to find an ability to heal here. Ooh, 5, 3. Oh no, a 6. We got a stun. Got an arrow off. Need to get it healed. Maybe another arrow. Close range. So it has to pass by all of them if it misses. Good heal off. Oh, and 9 is crazy. What a hit. We could stay. An arrow at close range will aim at the target. We don't hit him. At least we don't miss entirely. 4. Oh, they hit hard.
As life ebbs, terrible vistas of emptiness reveal themselves.
Got a knockout though. try to do some healing and get a stun off on him. Another dodge. I wanted to get the heal off, but it wasn't letting me get it off.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Okay, so we're not going to be overconfident. Got another torch, and we got a document.
A full pack often attracts unwanted attention.
Ooh, this is bad. This is where we starve.
Gnawing hunger sets in, turning the body against itself,
Oh, this is so
weakening
bad.
the mind.
I don't know how we're going to continue. Oh, we're done. We're just not going to be able to continue here unless things go right. I don't see how it is, though. We need stun, like a lot of them, to heal. Can't use redeem.
Inspiration and improvement.
It resisted stun. Potentially heavy. 8. Oh, we might lose our whole team here. Not good. No. Oh no. All right.
The blood
Oh, they're
quickens.
bulky. They are bulky. Done. She's stressed out here. It's stressful. Oh, she's gonna have a heart attack. Lose her potentially. 2 characters at death's door. Character we were aiming for. Okay, we need another heal here. Dead's door again. Keep her alive. I hope. get a shot off.
A singular strike.
Seven, that was a massive hit. We can get a heal off. Who would we heal? Somebody a little more accurate with their attacks. And we got him with a buff, so we get an elimination. We can go for a stun and be nice. Ooh, we got Kensho on death's door. Get a flare in the air. That should be good for us. Oh, stress levels are insane. Only a 3. That's Dory. We're trying to keep her in the battle and not lose her. Oh, we missed. Oh, that's too big of a heal. And we passed up a turn. Heal up, just what we needed. We need to survive this turn. Maybe we can get a stun off. Here we go, here we go. Oh, we missed. Need some damage. Can't afford that heal to get across. Oh, they might be within range of us being able to attack. But Marisco is
More dust.
gone. We lost her.
More ashes. More
tried.
disappointment.
I don't want to lose anybody else.
A time to perform beyond one's limits.
Alright, we got a chance here that they missed. Gotta get the KO on that thing. That was their team. Daily restoration on. missed. Not good.
More blood soaks the soil, feeding the evil therein.
Sacrifice himself so he can live. And that DLC character is awesome. Can we make it another turn?
A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
Completed it. Let's go to the hamlet. Yeah, we were
The
successful.
pungent odor abates. The things are driven back for a time.
We had so many rewards that we couldn't bring it all with us. But we definitely got more than we would have if we quit. Here's some of the quirks and things that get discovered. Unrepressible, Unquiet Mind for Lovette, and for Bonifant, she's got Unquiet Mind.
A fresh irritant to some, a sanguine memory to me.
We're doing quite well in our run. We're going to take a brief intermission. This is what it is to play Darkest Dungeon. And we get a good amount of gold. We got nearly 8,000 gold, 7,795. We're going to use this gold for our next run, but I'd like to check out another game. So we're going to save our game. We're going to make sure we save before we exit. And we're going to load up Darkest Dungeon 2 and show you some comparisons in the game. It's quite different, in fact. And if you stay tuned, I'll be back after this brief intermission in about 30 minutes. It is 11:47 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going to be playing to about 12:30, maybe 1 a.m. So after this brief 10-minute intermission, I meant to say, I'll be right back with Darkest Dungeon 2 to play through. So I appreciate everybody who tuned in and watched part 1 of Darkest Dungeon to play through for the gameplay. This is going to be part 2, so you can get a real comparison of what the game's going to be like.